This is one of the most popular Pokemon boxes of all time, and this is one of the worst ever made. But which has better hits? Today I'm opening the best and worst set from each modern era to understand why some of these boxes are so rare and why others nobody wants. Starting with the most recent era, Scarlet and Violet. For the best set, we have, of course, Pokemon 151. And the worst set, Shrouded Fable. Let's open both and see what all the fuss is about. We'll start with the worst set, Shrouded Fable, and see if we could maybe pull something great out of this, because it's not actually that bad of a set. The problem with Shrouded Fable is that it got completely overshadowed by everything else in the Scarlet and Violet era, because there were some great sets. Something that Shrouded Fable really suffers from is like the lack of big hits and huge chases, which you'll understand a lot of the sets that are more valuable, Tapu Bulu, and more rare, double Tapu Bulu, and more exciting, tend to have big chase cards. Well, in Shrouded Fable, we have the Kingdra promo from the collection box, which is like 80 bucks. Okie dokie. And as you can see from the hits, the Pokemon featured in the set are like, they're kind of mid. There's also the Greninja promo for $65. The promos are pretty good. But then inside the set itself, the only real cards that are worth chasing, obviously, unless you like a specific Pokemon, is the Persian illustration rare, the Golden Dark Energy, and the Duskull illustration rare, which is my favorite card from this entire set. Other than that, nothing is really valuable or too exciting coming out of here. Colorless Tenacity. Also, this set was super duper small. There's not really that many things to chase, and the things that you do have to chase aren't all that exciting. And this is the Scarlet and Violet era, so the thing that everyone looks for in this era are the secret illustration rares. The SIRs in this set are all, they kind of suck. They're not great. And the hits aren't great. From this box, we got 3. So that's arguably the worst Scarlet and Violet set. Here is arguably the best. I know some of you may be thinking, what about Destined Rivals? What about Prismatic Evolutions? Hear me out. 151, Scarlet and Violet 151 is easily the best set from the entire era, and I think will be forever. And one of the main reasons is simply nostalgia. Even looking at the pack art, it is so nostalgic. You have all of the original 151 Pokemon in the background, like their silhouettes, kind of like the Pokedex look. You've got Mew with a Pokeball on the front of it, the 151. It's just so nostalgic. It's fun for new collectors. It's even more fun for older collectors. This is like a set that will be timeless forever. And another big thing, I mean, the artwork of the pack, I think, is just one of the best they've had in a very long time. The artwork of the cards is really, really good. There's a lot of very fun art in here. Everything is of the original 151 Pokemon, so it's typically Pokemon that everybody knows. And the hits inside are crazy. You probably already know what you can pull from 151, but God, I hope we get one today. All of the illustration rares are all so fun and so unique, and again, are of Pokemon that everyone knows and everyone wants to collect. Like this Pikachu, that was perfect timing on that. Such a fun card. And it's a Pikachu illustration rare. How could you not love this? And the big chases in this set, obviously, secret illustration rares. And unlike Shrouded Fable, the secret illustration rares in 151 are easily some of the best in the entire era. And again, I hope we can pack 1 or 2 of them. The Charizard is the biggest chase. The card is currently worth $265 raw, which is multiples more expensive than anything in Shrouded Fable. And it is easily the coolest card in the entire set. Then you've got the Blastoise EX. I think that's like $81. The Zapdos, $76. So the potential pulls in here are pretty good and could be really expensive if you can get lucky enough to pull them. The hard part with 151 is the pull rates vary. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Those were bad. And we got a lot more hits in Shrouded Fable, but I still like this card more than these ones. Huge brand new set giveaway brought to you by our sponsor, Encore. Here's how to get it. This, by the way, is $200 in booster boxes, and I'm giving it away in 60 seconds. To join the giveaway, you have to do 3 things. Use my link in the description to sign up for Encore, claim your $200 sign-up bonus, insane, then join the 60-second giveaway tomorrow on my profile, September 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern, which highlights an amazing feature of Encore, daily drops. Every night at 9 p.m. Eastern, sellers will post 30 to 60-second auctions across the entire platform. Items like base set Charizard, Japanese Gold Star Pikachu, and other amazing ones, which is a great way to add cards to your discount right now, which is a crazy thing to do considering the market. So this is a great little steal. Plus, remember, everything we pull in today's video will be sold on our Encore marketplace at 50% market, not auctioned, sold, listed at 50% market, which you can buy using your $200 in credit you get just for signing up using the link in the comment section and the description below. And while you're doing that, don't forget to enter into this $200 giveaway with these brand new boxes that have some of the craziest cards we've seen in a long time. Thank you to Encore for the sponsor. Link in the description. Get in there. Next era is Sword and Shield, one of my personal favorites, and we've got some banger things to open from this. For the worst set, a 3-pack blister of Sword and Shield Rebel Clash with a very nice Rayquaza promo. And for the best set, of course, a 3-pack blister of Evolving Skies, which is insanely expensive right now. Let's start though with Rebel Clash, which just unfortunately, man, ever since it came out, this has just been like there's like fan favorites, and then there's the opposite. This set has just been the opposite ever since it was released. But again, we do have a very, very cool Rayquaza promo card, so that's nice. Much cooler than the Ice Cube. What can we get from the 3 packs? Unfortunately, not much. The biggest problem with Rebel Clash is the fact that the cards inside are just not that exciting. The most expensive thing and the biggest chase from the entire set is the Boss's Orders Full Art card, which is like a $50 card, which is nice for a just a single card with $50. But the fact that, I mean, this set is kind of expensive right now because everything's expensive, and that's the biggest hit you can get from it. Not a lot of, not very incentivizing to spend and to rip it open. Unless Dragapult V. The next biggest hit is the Boss's Orders Rainbow Rare. Boss's Orders is a card that, it's just a trainer card that's been around kind of forever. It comes to a lot of sets. So the fact that the biggest thing and the most exciting thing you can get in this set is Boss's Orders kind of sums up why this is maybe not so exciting. Galarian Berserker. And the hit rates, it's Sword and Shield era, so the hit rates are bad across the board, but really bad here. Also, another problem with this set, as you can see from the cards, the Pokemon that are featured in Rebel Clash just aren't really that exciting. It's not like there's Umbreon or Rayquaza like Evolving Skies, because this is a freaking banger set in every sense of the word. Even on the pack art, you can see we've got a really sick artwork of Umbreon. You've got the VMAX Duraludon, and then you've got a Sylveon over here as well. Ice Cube is a little less exciting, but, and then obviously Rayquaza on the back. Evolving Skies is the #1 set of the Sword and Shield era. It is so expensive to collect right now. And there's a lot of cards inside that sort of justify the price. Oh, and by the way, I should have announced this already in the video, but every single hit that we get in all of the openings today, we are going to be selling, not auctioning, selling for 50% market on Encore. Link in description to join. Again, there's like a $200 link or a $200 bonus you can get just from signing up. Just as a way for us to say thank you for supporting the community, giving you guys access to some amazing cards, hopefully for half off of market price, which is unheard of in today's Pokemon market. So if you do pull the Moonbreon out of these 3 packs, fingers crossed, it will be listed for 50% off. Link in the description, so make sure you use that to grab it. Now, why is Evolving Skies the best set in Sword and Shield? It has some of the coolest cards ever. Definitely out of the Sword and Shield era, I think Evolving Skies just has the strongest chases. You have big alternate arts like Umbreon V and VMAX alternate art. You've got the Rayquaza V and VMAX Shiftry. You've got Dragonite V alternate art. You've got several of the EV evolutions, with the biggest hits, by the way, being the Umbreon VMAX. That is a $1,500 card ungraded, which is insane. Also, the Rayquaza VMAX alternate art is like an $830 card, and the Leafeon VMAX is a $400 card. So the chases in here are ridiculous and are, I mean, they don't even compare to Rebel Clash when it comes to price, or the other way around. And the big reason why these cards are so sought after is because they're cool Pokemon. Everyone loves Umbreon, everyone loves Rayquaza, Dragonite. These are really, in the EV evolutions, these are just baseline, very popular and exciting Pokemon that people want to collect, combined with some of the best artwork they've ever gotten in like the 25 years of Pokemon. So super duper amazing set, very sought after, very expensive, easily the best of the era, but the hit rates are very low. Pack number 3, you have no idea how much that 3-pack blister costed to get us 0 hits. Okay, next era is exciting, and it's when things start getting really, truly expensive. It's the Sun and Moon era. For the worst set, we have an entire Elite Trainer box of Sun and Moon Crimson Invasion, which is a cool enough sounding set, and it's got like some interesting Pokemon on it, obviously, but definitely one of the least popular sets, I think, of all time, although very expensive for the Elite Trainer box. But here's the crazy thing. This entire full sealed Elite Trainer box of Crimson Invasion was the same price as the best set from the Sun and Moon era, this one single pack of Team Up. Sun and Moon Team Up, by far the best set of the era. And again, these are the same price, same era, completely different sets. Let's start with this entire ETB of Crimson Invasion. And speaking of selling hits for half off, we definitely should get some hits out of this. Because an entire ETB, you know, like, come on, right? Inside, we have ourselves a bunch of packs. We've got 1, 2, 3, cool, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 booster packs of Crimson Invasion. I think this was before you got like, yeah, there's no, what do we call it? No promo card in these boxes. All right, 8 packs of Crimson. The pack art, as you could probably tell, this is maybe a bit of a dead giveaway as to why this set is so unpopular. You have like the Ultra Beasts, the Pokemon Ultra Beasts, which are not very popular compared to Legendaries, Megas, or Mythicals. So baseline, the like big, you know, premier Pokemon. Oh good, that's a green code card, so this is about to suck. Let's see, how bad is it gonna suck? I mean, the artwork across the board, I mean, that Haunter is so fun, right? But Kakuna? Oranguru. And just generally across the board, the Pokemon that you can pull from this set, the top chases, aren't that exciting. The artwork in here, there's really nothing that super stands out. Of course, there's some cool cards if you get lucky enough to get some of the bigger hits, but even still, Staraptor. It's not too thrilling. Also, this set was released in between Shining Legends and Sun and Moon Ultra Prism, 2 really good sets. Ultra Prism as well, I think, had a little bit of the Ultra Beasts, but it just had way better cards inside and like way cooler chases. And Shining Legends, in my opinion, is one of the best sets of all time. But that's just a personal opinion. I think objectively speaking, Team Up is better than Shining Legends. Hard for me to admit. But this set, Crimson Invasion, Kartana GX gives you some hits sometimes. This is Sun and Moon, so the hit rates are even lower than Sword and Shield, but a GX is really nice. Kartana, that's a pack art card. Now, when it comes to what the biggest hits are in this set and the most expensive things that we're chasing, because value is a really big part of this. Again, the entire ETB was the same cost as the Team Up single booster pack, and that's because of the value of the cards inside. For this set, Gorgeist. The Rainbow Rare Gyarados GX is the top hit. Like, the set is about Ultra Beasts, and the Ultra Beasts aren't even the biggest hit. You know what I'm saying? That's like how unpopular they are. And the Gyarados is only a $50 card raw. So obviously $50 for a card is like not cheap, but considering how expensive the set is and how old the set is, the top chase being $50 is a little rough. Then you've got the Lusamine Trainer card, I think is how it's pronounced, which is like a $40 card. So second biggest hit is a Trainer at $40. And then it's a Gyarados, like another Gyarados. I think the full art for like $18 is the third most expensive. So not really a lot to look forward to when opening these packs. Hence why this is probably the worst set from the Sun and Moon era. Definitely the least exciting set. And as for the hits, Gengar Hollow, which is kind of cool, but only getting a single Kartana GX out of an entire ETB. But that might be considered good compared to what we could get from this Team Up single booster pack, which again was the same cost. Now, Team Up, though, is a very, very different story, and you can tell even from the pack art. We've got Pikachu and Zekrom, 2 very popular Pokemon. This set is filled with amazing, popular, exciting Pokemon and tag team cards. Team Up is the first set to introduce the tag team mechanic, and it like very iconically introduced some of the best tag team cards we have ever seen in the Pokemon franchise, including some of the top hits like Latios and Latias GX, the Heart Legendaries, which is an $1,800 card raw, which is ridiculous. The next card is a Gengar and Mimikyu GX for $1,000. Then the Magikarp and Wailord GX card, which is a $500 raw card. There are really big hits. As you can see, the most expensive in the other set was $50. The most expensive here is $1,800. Very, very different. And the Pokemon used in the cards and in the art are all very exciting. The hits are crazy, but they are hard to get. So the best set of the Sun and Moon era, will it show mercy on us? I mean, you know, if we're going to just get like a regular holo, Team Up Lugia holo, the texture on the card is cooler than I remember it being. That's pretty cool. And honestly, it might be more expensive than the Kartana GX. All right, and even here, the holos are cool in this set. Team Up is goated. Now on to X and Y, which is one of my favorite eras. For the best set, we've got XY Evolutions. This was a hard one to choose just because there's so many amazing X and Y sets like Roaring Skies, Ancient Origins, but I think Evolutions, one of the most iconic, and when it comes to what you can pull from it, there's so many amazing hits inside. XY Evolutions, and the least popular set from X and Y might be the most hated set of all time, It's X and Y Steam Siege. This set has been made fun of since it came out. And the reason why is just because like the branding, like Steam Siege with like the gears and stuff just wasn't that popular at the time. As you can see, like the pack art, you've got some sort of weird Pokemon. These cards, the break Pokemon and break cards never really caught on or became that popular or valuable. And the only kind of like notable Pokemon here is Gardevoir. But it's a shiny Gardevoir, so that's cool. There are some cool cards inside, don't get me wrong. But just everybody hated Steam Siege for the longest time, and it was always around. Like if you were buying Pokemon cards when this was available and like recently released, you could find Steam Siege everywhere because nobody wanted it, you know? So we've got like a Yveltal card, which is cool, or pack art, but not one of the better sets. And considering how expensive the X and Y era is to pull and to open and to rip, this set, I don't know. It might be worth it actually because it's cheaper than everything else. There are, though, some cool hits that you can get inside Steam Siege. The biggest one is the full art shiny Mega Gardevoir, which is kind of a sick hit. So if we can crack that, that would be fantastic. That's a $70 card, by the way. Then there's the secret rare Gardevoir, which I think also is shiny, which is a $60 card, which is very cool. And then there's a secret rare Volcanion that is a $40 card. So some cool hits inside, definitely. But the value really isn't here for the X and Y era compared to the other sets. And hey, we get a break card. We get a Clawitzer break card. That is really underwhelming because it's like, man, does anybody really care about Clawitzer? You know? But cool. So we do get a hit though from Steam Siege, showing us some love. Maybe we should show it some love. We've got a Weavile non-holo for the hit, but all right, Clawitzer break. And now, my boy, XY Evolutions. This set, kind of like 151, is just so iconic and so fun to open and very nostalgic because it's a reprint of the original base set with some added cards in there that match the X and Y era theme and X and Y era rarity cards. But this is base set reprint. It was very unpopular actually for a long time. And then, 5 years ago, it got very popular and it's just become more and more popular ever since because the set is great. It's a very, very fun one to open. A lot of potential hits inside. Here's your code card. Feel free to use that. 3 cards to the front for the card trick. I'm excited about this one. Interestingly, though, there are amazing hits inside, but they aren't actually that expensive compared to some other cards and other sets in the X and Y era. I just think that this is the most fun set to open because you're looking for, there's like 5 different Charizard cards inside. You're looking for a reverse holo Charizard, there's the EX, there's the Mega EX, there's the full art Mega EX. There's so many cool Charizards to go for. Plus just a bunch of other cool and fun hits inside, like the Full Art Mega Charizard EX, which is a $100 card. Here's the Reverse Holo, unfortunately an energy. Full Art Mega Blastoise, $60 card. The base set reprint Holo Charizard, very cool, $50. And the base set reprint Reverse Holo is $40. So not super expensive raw. If you do get a PSA 10 on them, they do, like the multiples on the value is very high, but it's just a fun set. And let's go. Okay, we got a Mega Slowbro. All right, I thought it was a Blastoise for a second there. Still cool. Mega Slowbro EX full art card coming out of the X and Y Evolutions pack. But hey man, X and Y era kind of showing up here with the hits. And now the most rare and most expensive packs that we have for today. We're going all the way back to the Black and White era, which is 10 years ago or to 2 very interesting sets. The first one and the worst one is Black and White Emerging Powers. This will be interesting. And the best set of the Black and White era, and easily one of the coolest things that we're going to open today, is Black and White Dragons Exalted. I can't wait to tell you more about that set. I can't wait to open it and see what's inside. Hopefully something good, because again, that means that you get it for 50% off. Because again, quick reminder, all of the hits from today's video will be sold at 50% market price on our Encore account. Link in description, so make sure to sign up and snipe those. And you're gonna want to if we get something big out of really either of these packs, because there are some huge, huge pulls to go after. We'll start with Emerging Powers. This is going to be interesting. Emerging Powers just isn't that popular of a set just because the cards inside are kind of underwhelming, and the Pokemon that are featured throughout the set are kind of underwhelming, sort of like this guy, like, what is this? This is Darmanitan, right? Not the most popular Fire-type Pokemon ever. This is also a very small set. Like, I think there's like less than 100 cards in this set, so there's not really a whole lot to like chase or to go after. Is there a code card? Oh, there is a code card. Very cool. And look, it's like red, which is sick. Black and White era. Don't know the card trick. I'm going to go 2 to the front because I'm ignorant. We'll see what's inside. Some of the reasons why people didn't really like this set, the artwork across the board is very mid. The top chases aren't that exciting, and the artwork for them also very mid. the rarity, like the different kinds of cards that you can pull, there's not really a whole lot. And again, the Pokemon featured aren't really that great. So for example, the booster pack is a $70 pack sealed. It might even be more expensive when you're watching this video. But the most expensive card as it sits today, Reverse Holo Petilil, is the Full Art Tornadus at $15. And if you don't get that lucky, you can pull the Full Art Thundurus for $14. You know, people don't really like these Pokemon. Tornadus, Thundurus aren't very exciting. I don't like them. And the card art is very underwhelming and they're very cheap. And we get a Swanna as our hit. Okay, 3 to the front. So that's kind of why this set sort of sucks. This set, though, on the other hand, the best set from the black and white era, Dragons Exalted, completely different story. This was actually the first ever set to debut the Dragon type energy card, and also one of the first sets to be all about dragon type Pokemon, especially in the modern era. And the Pokemon featured inside, obviously there's like a Terrakion, which is kind of a boring Pokemon, but the big chases inside, I mean, it's like iconic Pokemon. Rayquaza, Mew, Giratina, like the big ones that you want are inside this pack. And they are expensive, and the art is really, really pretty on them. So I hope we can pull something crazy out of this pack. We've got a cute little Bidoof to start us off. That's gotta be a good sign. 3 cards to the front. Black and White Dragons Exalted. Okay, what are we looking for inside the set? The biggest thing you can get is the Mew EX Full Art, which is like a $300 card fresh out of the pack. Fantastic. $350, actually. After that is a shiny, the Shiny Rayquaza Secret Rare. What a cool chase. Secret Rare Shiny Rayquaza, $300 card. Then you've got the Rayquaza EX Full Art. It's like a $200 card, very nice. There's a Shiny Superior Secret Rare you can pull too, so you can shiny hunt in this set, which is so fun. Again, Emerging Powers doesn't really have any of this like diversity in types of rarity to pull, which makes this set so much more fun. Dragons Exalted. Other cards that are also expensive is like the Giratina Full Art. Ooh, Sigilif Reverse Holo Rare. Ho-Oh EX Full Art. Again, there's just amazing Pokemon in here. And there's also the Shiny Crocodile Secret Rare. So last hit here, Dragons Exalted. Give us something good. Ah, pain and suffering. I should have kept it sealed.